Alrighty folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I am coming at you with League of Legends back to Summoner's Rift. This time we are Jungle Maokai. Maokai, at one time he was, along with Skarner, one of my favorite junglers of all time. No doubt. Very powerful ganker, and he can actually clear the jungle very well. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic there. I mean, what more can you say about him? The problem is in the late game, he does tend to fall off in terms of what he can do. He becomes a CC peeler, a pseudo-initiator, as I like to call it. Yeah, I mean, he can check bushes without having to get close to him, so that's really good. His ulti is actually very surprising in the things that it can do beyond the normal. Like, we all know that Maokai's ulti reduces damage, and then when he drops it, or it drops from being killed or whatever, it deals damage to the enemies that are within the circle. But I have found out things, and I don't know if it remains true for everybody, but it remains true for me, for sure. And that is, number one, it stops the unstoppable force. Yes, Malphite's ulti will actually stop at the edge of Maokai's ulti. It actually prevents it from coming through. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not. It is what it is, and that's all that I know. Hang on just a second, please. And it's a Lee Sin. You normally like to invade red, but I decide, you know what, not the best idea to. So we just kind of jerk around here. The other thing about Maokai ulti stops is if Lee Sin is outside the ulti. Yeah? Vayne almost making a huge mistake coming after me. But, you know, nothing happens here. We just kind of poke and posture back and forth. But I was just saying, if Lee Sin... Is it Lee Sin? No. I'm sorry, Xin Zhao. If Xin Zhao is outside Maokai's ulti and tries to use his ulti to damage someone in it, it won't work. It blocks the ulti. And like I said, it's very strange. I don't know what else it can block. You know, I just don't know what else to say. All I know is that... it stops the Malphite ulti, and it stops the Xin Zhao ulti. It's pretty cool, actually. I've used it to get out of a couple sticky situations, but I've never tried it with anyone else. I mean, I know there's plenty of ultis it doesn't stop, like Brands, and I don't know who else, but you know, there's plenty of ultis it doesn't stop. I am up against Lee Sin, so I do check the jungle to see if he's there. He's not. As you can see on the map, he's at his own blue. Maokai is clear, very slow to start. He's very slow at clearing the small camps, but he's very strong at clearing the. He's very slow at clearing the big camps. He's very strong at clearing the small camps. I'm getting everything reversed today, but definitely a very strong ganker. I'm looking to gank on Rise. Obviously, it doesn't pay off. Just throw my little Pikmin tree dude in there, do a little damage, walk away. Nothing big. Now, my nephew is playing top, and he is playing Wukong, although he doesn't know Wukong very well. I am trying to come up to help him, but he engages way too early for me. And I try to flash in and get in, but it doesn't work. Still, I stay stuck to Wukong, and I do pick up the kill. So it's a kill and assist for 2 kills. Yeah, it didn't go very well. Did not go very well to start, but it's not the end of the world. Because quite frankly, despite having the skin, this Lee Sin is not the brightest Lee Sin in the world, and to be honest, neither is the Wukong. I'm not trying to rip them down, though. I suck on Lee Sin. I want to be good on him. I practice with him. But every time I practice with him, I get so dejected because I do so terribly, even with friends. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this. I ain't playing him again for a long, long time. And I don't. But I pick up Boots of Spirit Stone and I just go back to clearing. Maokai is another one of those junglers, much like Nautilus that I like. Shen. He's a very low-cost, effective jungler. Very strong ganking from all the way level 2 up. I don't know what else you can say about that. I want to do a lane gank here. Sneak into the bush and pick off a jungler. And this Lee Sin, quite honestly, and they spotted me because of the minion in the bush, and I let myself be known too early. So I just throw out another Pikmin, do some damage, and start to walk out. The thing is, though, is that Lee Sin in this game probably got frustrated with me, as you'll see as time goes on. I happen to be at least nearby, if not at the same place that he ganks quite a lot. And again, I'm looking at Rise. Rise is only level 4. I'm level 4 as well. But he's playing too far back. There is no ward there, but unfortunately Wraiths have not spawned either. Unfortunately, they also just spawn as I'm walking away. But I never said I'm a flawless or even a good jungler sometimes. As a matter of fact, I was playing yesterday and I was just doing terribly. I couldn't do anything right. As a matter of fact, I think this Maokai game, yeah, honestly, this Maokai game came as the first game in the series yesterday, and after the Maokai game, I just couldn't do anything right. I played Sejuani, I played, I forget, I played a couple, but, you know, I see Lee Sin ganking top, and I leave my race immediately to try and go help Wukong, but I'm just not going to be there in time. And they're going to pick up a kill, unfortunately, but that's going to be the last of it, as you'll see shortly. Or maybe not so shortly, but as you will eventually see, and this little golem just keeps resetting, which is fine by me. As my nephew starts figuring out the mechanics of Wukong, and I think that top Wukong, because he got a couple kills and assists and a few ganks from Lee Sin, gets a little cocky, I believe. So things not looking absolutely well right now, as we're 3-2, and we're down about 1,000 gold. Still, of course, very early. You know, I've gone down as far as like 9-2 and made a comeback very easily. You know, and here I am again. I'm close by as Lee Sin pops in the mid lane for whatever reason. I figure Lee Sin's just going to be there and screw around. Because Rise went back, I guess, looking for a lane hold. But I am close by if anything goes down, although I don't have mana, unfortunately. And a Maokai without or with very little mana really has a horrible time clearing jungle in every aspect. But like I said, you know, you say, well, Maokai can't clear the jungle very well. Well, in a way, true, like this. When he's just hitting, no, he doesn't do a lot of damage, so he doesn't have a really great jungle clear in that respect. But with a blue or enough mana, his little Pikmin, and his ground slam, he can actually clear jungle camps really well, especially he gets up into the higher levels. I want to gank Rise, and I'm actually hanging back in case he has a ward, trying to get Rise to push up into the lane. But Rise decides to go get blue, and unfortunately I'm way out of position to do anything about that. And by the time I cross the mid lane, Rise has already got the blue and has moved on. Sad, unfortunately, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to go and pick up my red. Not a hell of a lot going on right now. I haven't been very successful in much as Maokai, which is tough, because Maokai is, like I said, a ganking jungler. He is most profitable and most effective when he's actually making ganks happen. And considering I'm not doing that right now, means I'm really not at my best. But there's something that really helps Maokai, and there they are. Boots of Mobility. Boots of Mobility allow Maokai to charge straight down a lane if he wants to, and straight into the enemy, and do his twisted advance for gank. You know, that's what makes Maokai very effective. Get those Boots of Mobility, storm down a lane, and make it work. And I want to do that to mid lane, but not mid lane, bot lane, I apologize. I want to do that to bot lane, but it's not looking like it's going to work out. They are pushed up, but I'm trying to keep them pushed out, and unfortunately Gunda's like kind of goofing off right now, and I do get picked, by the way, but I don't know if that reveals me or not. Lee Sin is there. I'm still waiting. I'm honestly not sure if they know that I'm around or not. There's the bubble, and I immediately move in. I drop my ulti. I get exhausted, but it doesn't matter. We pick off Nami, and that's good enough. I was a little bit frustrated in all due honesty that Gunda was just like throwing out his ulti and whatnot, and it's like, that ulti, if he conserved the mana, why I'm so tired, I don't know. Jeez, stop it. That ulti, if he conserved the mana and waited, could have secured us another kill. I mean, it wasn't terrible that Nami just kind of threw her ulti back, so, you know, whatever in that case, but Sona's ulti, as powerful as it is, and it is very powerful, is not something you really should just go and throw out, and I don't know, but that's just what happened. So, more jungle clearing. I don't know, I'm not on top of my game today for whatever reason. But there we go, as Wukong now falls prey to my nephew in the top lane. That was eventually, you know, bound to happen. And I'm just jungle clearing at this point. Nobody in mid. Bot is pushed to a point, but I'm in the wrong area to do something. You know, there's something else with Boots of Mobility, of course, on any jungler. It gives you a lot of mobility. I don't know why I didn't hold mid lane. I really should have. And it wasn't the best idea for me not to. I pick up the Ruby Crystal because, of course, I am getting the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. It works very well on Maokai. And here I go. I'm moving back down the bot lane, and as you can see, Lee Sin's moving in as well. Kind of figure Lee Sin wants to gank this lane. And he's ganking it from the same position. Waiting, show up. Grab Nami, who's the weakest. She flashes out. Ultis and knockbacks and everything go out. Nothing happens. I moved too soon. And, you know, there's the ulti again. As we're all just playing around. I've got no mana at this point. And Maokai with no mana is useless. Graves has no mana. But Vayne does. Sona has no mana. And I'm kind of telling him, you know what, guys? You got to back up. We don't have mana. We can't fight this. Sona no mana. Maokai no mana. Graves no mana. Versus Vayne, Lee Sin, who doesn't use mana. And even if Nami has no mana, doesn't matter. That's not something we can fight. So I go back to base. And then I start heading bot lane as quickly as I can. Which for Maokai, with mobility boots, is pretty quick. Now with mana, even if Graves doesn't have mana, we can fight the bot lane. You know, it's really that simple. They don't know I'm here right now, so I decide not to charge in right away. Mid is hurt, top is hurt, but things are still going on just fine. I know Lee Sin's in this area. I know he wants my blue. I can see him from the ward. I know he wants my blue. I start moving out. I see him coming back, and I know right away he's trying for my blue. So I tell Graves and Sona, let's go. You know, we're going to intercept him. I flash in and twisted advance and try to prevent him from dashing, but it doesn't work. And he blows his ulti to knock me away and flashes as well. And if I'm not mistaken, no, of course not. But I secure my blue and nothing happens. It was just another little kind of pointless skirmish there where nothing goes on. But still, I got a flash and an ulti for a flash. I want to keep this going, and I'm looking at Nami, who misses her bubble. And I get the twisted advance on her, but I get knocked back by Vayne. And I get exhausted from Nami. So I believe I got Nami flash, Lee Sin flash, and Nami exhaust as well for just my flash, basically, through that whole exchange. You got Lee Sin, Nami, and then exhaust. So yeah, that was quite a lot for that little tussle there. I don't know exactly what Summon Spells bot has, but they should have the advantage right now. And Lee Sin's at a bit of disadvantage when it comes to his ganking. I mean, he's of course a very strong mobile ganker, but he doesn't have flash, and that is a negative on his point. So I consider that little skirmish successful in our favor, even though no kills or anything else like that came from it. So yeah, my nephew wins top lane again. Like I said, as he figures out Wukong mechanics, he just starts dominating the Wukong in the top lane, which, in all due honesty, like I said, it wasn't all that great, and you'll see why. Lee Sin doing the back kick, and I just hop on Rise immediately. I don't think I can save. Yeah, I can't save Brand, but I have a choice of which one to go after, and I go after Rise. Why do I go after Rise? My reasoning was simply this: Brand is dead. If Rise goes back to base, he can theoretically return to lane before Brand does, and get more experience and gold, and get a leg up on Brand, on, you know, above whatever leg up he already has. If he has, we'll see. Rise is 97 CS to Brand's 84. 1 kill versus... Okay, so they're you know, he's up in CS, but Brand has a kill and an assist versus 2 deaths and an assist. So I would call that lane pretty close to even. Whether it is or not, I'll let you make your own decisions. I call that lane pretty close to even. By taking Rise out, what I do is make sure that the lane stays even by letting Lee Sin go.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
I mean, I don't know how to explain it beyond that. I just want to make the lanes even, and that's what happened. Brand and Rise will get back to the lane approximately the same time. Brand will get back. Rise will get back a little bit later. I thought this was warded the way the Wukong was moving, but I don't think it was. And as I walk away, I notice Rise coming into lane. So I immediately turn and go back up to try and help my nephew. And I can, like I said, with boots of mobility, I can get there pretty fast. And I waste no time again going right on Rise. I get exhausted, but it really just doesn't matter. You see the damage that's getting put out. Their Wukong gets away, but we take down Rise again, and I actually pick up the kill on that. And we know Lee Sin is coming. You know, Wukong is low, and he uses clone. I was going to try and body block the W there. There was no need, as they failed to do anything. And you see, like, my whole team's transferring lanes now. So I decide to hold this top lane, and this is what I mean to watch this Wukong. Okay? Oh, it's just a Maokai who's got more health, more items, and okay. Completely underestimating what I can do. I'm just basically waiting for my W to come up. There's the Pikmin who's going to chase him down. W, ground slam, Pikmin, he's dead. You see what I'm saying? For whatever reason, that Wukong thought he could move in on me. Okay, he's got a Brutalizer, he's got Ninja Tabi, and he's got a Chain Vest. Hey, here's a big surprise. Maokai's damage is mostly magic. Everything you have there is not going to protect you from it. Plus, I had more health. I don't know how to explain it beyond that. But he decided, hey, you know what? I've got half health. Maokai's got about 3/4 health. I'm pretty sure I can just get in there and smack him around a little bit, poke him down, and then get a kill on him. If you think so. So I pick up an Aegis of the Legion right when I return because I was able to afford it straight off. Maokai is really good, and I flash over the Nami wave. I wish I could say that was intended, but it's not. As Rise just pins me down, but again, I don't want to give up. Nami decides to bubble me. That gives Rise away, so I'm like, alright, fine. Then we'll just beat up Nami. And we kill Nami, and Vayne wants to keep hitting me. And Wukong shows up and completely obliterates unfortunately Graves and Sona. But our Wukong's coming in from the top lane. We have a full health Brand there. They're going to get the tower, and ta-da! Here comes Wukong. Takes out Rise. Vayne does a knockback, but I'm in close pursuit. She flashes over the wall, but gets followed, and then gets saved by Lee Sin, who I did not mean to twisted advance over the wall at Lee Sin. I meant to twisted advance over the wall at Vayne. I mean, I'll back up and show you this real quick. A little bit further back.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
So let's slow this down. Nah, not quite yet. There's no reason to slow it down yet. You see, Vayne knocks him back. He flashes forward. Vayne flashes over the wall, and he goes after her. I want to twisted advance in on Vayne, but for whatever reason, I continue to twist advance in on Lee Sin, who pretty much kicked Wukong to safety. And, you know, that's just how it went. So, 13-7 lead now. We've got a little less than very little less than a 1K gold lead, but my team's starting to shine through, and you know that's really important. I mean, we have Sona ult, we have Maokai CC, and to be truth, that's not a lot versus the other team who has Rise, Vayne knockback. Oh, we both got the Wukong ulties, the Nami bubble. I really surprised myself when I flashed over that wave. I didn't mean to flash over the wave. I was actually flashing to get within range to twisted advance, and I actually just ended up poof over the wave. So gathering up now. Are we gonna push? Are we securing blue? I'm not sure what I'm doing at this point. I feel, you know, this is another one of those days I feel a little off. Oh, of course, we're fighting the invisible blue buff. As I donate blue to Brand. I believe they're doing dragon at this point by the looks of it. Not overly concerned. Was hoping Vayne would push up here, but she doesn't. And then I come over and I see that they're all at blue buff. Unfortunately, they have the dragon. I just throw a Pikmin in and walk away. Showed up a little too late, and you know, what do you expect? We didn't have a ward there, so it was an easy pickup for them. And at this point, they needed to stay in the game. It actually gives them equal footing gold-wise. But we're down the tower, we're down dragon. We're just waiting for somebody to come in, and oh, there's Nami. So we immediately go on her and blow her the hell up, giving us an advantage and taking away a significant amount of their CC. Just by getting rid of Nami, we get rid of a significant amount of their CC. So without Nami at this point, we can easily just push the lane. Wukong wants to come in an ulti. I back out waiting, looking for a target. Sona ulti goes out. I get knocked away. I'm actually lost at this point. But I was looking for a target, then I kind of lost where I was. But I go in on Vayne. I use a knockback on her. She tries to tumble, but she's not getting out. I'm tanking way too much turret as I'm forced to back out at this point. And we are going to get that turret as Nami is the only one up and Nami can't do anything. And then my team, you know, we just back off. We picked up 2 turrets, putting us back in the lead. Bunch of kills at that point. So we're doing quite well. And, you know, we got a significant lead at this point, and it's our game to throw away again. As you see, Wukong is well in the lead for our team. Graves is not far behind, and neither is Brand. Rise and Vayne are the only 2 right now on their team. They're Wukong. Unfortunately, being beat back pretty damn hard. So we're holding a pretty fair advantage at this point. I don't know why I'm so tired. I did get sleep. I just wanted the little golem. I let Wukong have the big golem. And looking to make something happen on this Wukong top lane. I want to move in, but I don't move in right away. And then when he sees my nephew's Wukong, he immediately backs out. I just throw a Pikmin in. Ryze comes up and then decides against it. Without Wukong's help, Ryze stands no chance. And even with Wukong's help, there's little chance that Ryze would actually be able to stand a chance against the two of us. I do have the Iron Locket of the Solari now, and I've also picked up a Giant's Belt. I am looking to go to a Sunfire Cape out of this one. Yeah, I'm like most Maokais, I'm looking to be the heavy support CC tank. As they go in on us, and we just immediately go after Vayne, and we completely knock out her health. She goes down, put down my ulti, Lee Sin goes down. Ryze is going to follow suit as we beat him down. And there we go. Graves picks off Wukong. And they just got completely obliterated. They tried to engage. They didn't know that we were close by. We were able to come out, shut them down. And we were going to go Baron at this point, but they decided to give up. So, yeah, 5-1-10 at this point with Maokai. It wasn't the prettiest of games. It definitely wasn't one of the best Maokais I've ever had. But not bad nonetheless, all things considered. Their top Wukong, I think, got a little too bravado and ended up paying for it. Their Vayne actually farmed very well, but other than that, wasn't able to do anything. Their Lee Sin, I can't knock him because he played better than I did, but still, he played better on Lee Sin than I play on Lee Sin, but still didn't do very well. The Ryze didn't farm too bad either, but he also just got completely walloped in the team fights. There was really nothing they could do, so in the end, kind of became inevitable. Alright folks, I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Don't forget to leave a comment, rate, and or subscribe if you will, please. Until next time, this is One Big Bugger signing out, and I'll see you then.